brightest blessings. This is Raven. This video is about my family book of shadows. This was handmade by myself 2 or 3 years ago now. I've made several other books of shadows for other people, but this remains my favourite. I do have another book of shadows that I also use, but that's more to do with my Kemetic magic or Egyptian side of my magical workings. So everything to do with that is in there. When that is finished, I will show that one as well, but that one's a little while off. This book is actually not a book, it's a folder, or 2 folders put together. And there is a reason for that, and as we go through it, I will explain. This, as you can see, is based on the Hocus Pocus Book of Shadows. So let's have a little zoom. Now, I will eventually do a tutorial on how to get your book or folder to look like this. I have actually made this with the Moot that I go to on a weekly basis. They decorated folders and book covers. There's the little eye, a little bit shiny. Now again, I'm still videoing on my phone and that will continue for quite a while. I have just purchased a stand, so hopefully that will help things as well. So that's this side. I'm just going to flip it over and then we'll start again. So this is side number 2. Still the same folder. This is dragon skin. Now, this again was very easy to make, but this did take quite a while, quite time consuming. And the reason for that being is, I don't know if you can maybe guess what this is made from, but these are all broken eggshells, which I broke up myself and then stuck individually onto the book itself. So again, it took a long time. I then painted everything black. And then I've gone over the eggshells with bronze and gold paint with my fingertips, just to brush the top so that it looks like scales. And there's the eye. That eye is one of my favourites. Now, the reason that the book is split into 2 is not only because it's like the practical magic book, but also because I liked the duality. I wanted to have a space specific for my personal magic and my personal information, and then a space for other people's things. So this side is eventually going to be everything that I've accessed from the internet, that I've photocopied from books, but things that I've tried. Not necessarily things that I use all the time, but things that I've used. And then the other side will be all my personal information, all of the things that I do during Sabbats, during rituals, information that we're going to have a quick look at in a second. So without further ado, let's have a quick look. Okay, so now we're inside the book. This is some snake shedding skin that my friend Nick sent me over from his pet snake, as I do have a couple of rituals and spells that call for this area. And how cool, you can see his little eyes. This is the front page. You'll have seen this image before if you watched my first video. And this is my symbol, the dragon. We have a basic book blessing and some artwork from a calendar that I was gifted a couple of years ago. We have the witch's alphabet, or the Theban script, and there is my dedication in the Theban script. Now, at the moment I've put all these dividers in because I'm still trying to sort out where I want everything. We have a poem and a bit more of my painting up here. Some more artwork. This was inspired from a Pinterest post, I'm pretty sure. Goddess, again, copied the artwork. More poems. And this is my artwork. I've copied it from another artist, but I've painted it myself. And this is one of my mixed media art journal pages that I've added. My birth chart. Well, this is all tea stained paper that I've done myself. This is another art journal page. I was in quite a particularly dark area in my life, and this really resonated with me. This image was taken from Mike Deacon, who's also on Facebook and YouTube. He's excellent, mixed media, journaling, he makes books, he makes all sorts of things. He's brilliant. Some artwork for Bast. Some information about a mun who is my spirit guide, and this is a little picture my husband drew for me of Bast. A lot of this information will be going into my Egyptian Book of Shadows eventually, but for now it's all in here. Some more Bast information. This is information about my magical name and where it comes from. This will be my ancestors page, particularly pagan ancestors. This is my husband's mother. She passed away in 2015. A lovely lady. So she's there. Here is my very basic family tree. There I am, and there's my lily. Focus, focus, focus. It doesn't want to. There we go. Now, the reason I like having a folder is because I move everything around and I'm a perfectionist. So by having it as a folder, I can make a page, I can change where the page goes. If I don't like the page, I can just take it out and I don't wreck the book. So here's some photos. This is me and my daughter, and me and my husband, and me and my daughter again. And there's my little witchling, Lily Rose. And there she's a fairy. Some collage. This is where I go on to my beliefs. Now this is parchment paper. So we're talking about, in these few pages, what I believe in, why I believe in those things, why I think the universe is set out that way, planes of existence. And I think it's important to have that sort of information in your Book of Shadows, because it shouldn't just be a culmination of your spells and rituals. It should be information about who you are. It's your book. And you know, until you write something down, sometimes it can stay a bit fluid, if that makes sense. When people say, oh, what do you believe in? And it could take you a long time to answer that question. So I like writing my information down, and then I can add to it and edit it, because obviously what we believe changes over time. So this is the Wiccan Read. I don't consider myself Wiccan, but I do like the Wiccan Read. I think it has some excellent points in it. Advice for my daughter. Inspiration. 13 Goals of a Witch. Let me make sure I've covered up his Rudy bits. There we are. The Witch's Creed. This is more to do with the history more than anything else. And then we get on to the Egyptian pages. So the Egyptian pages will, as I said, be going into my Egyptian Book of Shadows eventually. This is the creation myth. Bast. Divination of Bastet. A bit about her family tree. Bast's blessing for the dead. Now, as I said, she's going to be my not my patron. She already is my patron. She's going to be my goddess of the year this year. So although I do have a lot of information on her, I really want to find more. And I really want to work more closely with her this year more than ever before. And Anubis, who is my god for the year. Again, I want to really work and concentrate on him and build a relationship, as it were. So these are my Wheel of the Year pages. Sorry, shaky camera. Now there is a pull out there, but that's to do with the camp that I go to, and there's photos of other camp members there, so I can't really show that. Here's Lily. Some bits and bobs here that are supposed to be, these are turned into envelope pages, so they can go into there. So here's a little book of recipes and an envelope with some kids' prayers on for Samhain. Art journal page. My ritual for Samhain. Correspondences. And then this will eventually be the main ancestral page that I put out when I'm doing the ritual. I can open my book and it will be just there, ready and waiting. My Yule page. And again, this is an envelope at the top here. This is open, so I can put things in there. Correspondences. Inbox. More correspondences. Ostara. Beltane. Letha. Lammas. Mabon. We get back to the Egyptian stuff now. So this is all to do with religion. Benefits of Egyptian witchcraft. Now, a lot of this is just in note form. This won't be the end page. They're just odd pieces of paper that I've ended up using just to get rid of them. And this is about some of the other Egyptian gods. So we have Thoth. Sekhmet. Wadjet. A bit close. And here's some of the snake. So this is the very end of his little tail. I stuck into the book. neckbet, Sobek, the moon. Love this image. There's some art journaling. Okay, a little card with all the moon phases. And I believe that's it in this one. This is just more dividers that I've got stuck in. So now I flip the book over, and these are some of my spells and information on the magical properties. There's some lavender. Borage. Sweet basil. Aloe vera. And here's some more art journaly style things from way back when. This will be part of my Samhain page eventually, so I'll write some information on here. Oh. Mystical dragons, and then this is all printed information that I found on the internet, so some of it will be useful, some of it won't. I will go through it. It's all in here at the moment just so that I can sift through it, cut out bits, copy bits, and then remove other bits. So that is my Book of Shadows as it is. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully I will make an updated bullet journal video within the coming week. If there's any questions, please let me know. I hope you have a lovely day. Thanks.